quick teenager driving questions. Let's go ahead and get it. So I saw that we put question in. What happens when you go over a couple miles an hour? Typically, you're going to be okay, right? One or two over. The average, usually people drive 3 to 5 over. But if you're driving 3 to 5 over in the school zone, you're going to get a ticket. If you're driving 3 to 5 over in your neighborhood and grandma down the street, the soccer mom's down the street, there's that girl. There's that Peyton girl again. She's speeding in that Mustang. Oh my God. You know, they're going to over exaggerate it. You're like, lady, I was only going 1 mile over and you think I'm going 200. So if you learn to drive fast, you're going to drive fast all your life. Me teaching drivers said there's about a 10% group of kids that drive fast their first drive. Okay, one young lady 6 or 8 years ago, she was driving about 40 in the neighborhood. I'm saying to myself, oh my God, please slow down. I'm sorry, my mom drives a Mustang and she's got a supercharger and drag radios. I'm like, just slow down. So if your parents drive fast, your brother, sister drives fast, you could even drive fast like them, or you could drive slow. So, question, how long is the road test? About 45 minutes. The state has 3 or 4 different routes that they're going to take you on. 3 or 4 right turns, 3 or 4 left turns, going through neighborhoods, industrial areas. You're going to merge on and off the expressway. You've got to look over your shoulder and check your blind spot. You're going to make some really difficult left turns, difficult right turns. You're probably going to go through a roundabout. If you drive sloppy, meaning 1 or 2, 3 over, they could give you a warning. If you blow a yellow light or a red light, you're going to fail and you're going to be crying. Then your mom and dad's going to be like, you don't listen to me. Because when you're young, just like when I was your age, I didn't listen to my parents. I did what I wanted. I had people over to the house. They didn't know, but you guys got the Ring doorbell. You got your name. How many got the Ring doorbell? Raise your hand. Come on now. You got the Ring doorbell. You can't sneak anyone in the house anymore, baby. Them days are over. Marge, I saw Julie have 5 people. Honey, do you have people over the house? Mom, why are you asking me this? Well, our neighbor down the street. Mom, she's always in our business. You gonna believe your daughter or me? I'm just asking. So your parents already caught you in a lie. And now you're looking silly. And you got to tell a lie to cover your lie. And then your parents are going to have the video on their phone. And now you're looking silly. Question, how important is parallel parking in the test? Bro. If you don't pass parallel park, you're going to cry. You have to know how to parallel park. I'll say it again. If you can't parallel park, go home. Just go home. You have to know how to parallel park. Is it that? Yes, it's that serious. You have to practice. In reality, you're going to parallel park very few times in your life. Downtown Chicago, downtown Detroit. Anytime you go downtown, you're going to have to learn how to parallel park. Because you're not paying $30 for a parking spot to see Taylor Swift. You're not paying $50 to see Taylor Swift, right? Any Swifties here? Thank you. Hey, she makes over $5 billion. What does that have to do with driver said? We're talking about parallel parking. She makes $5 billion. So you have to know how to parallel park too when you get to a downtown area. When do you know when you're ready? When you can parallel park in front of your house. Get 2 trash cans. Have the trash cans about 10 feet apart. Pull up to the last trash can. Reverse in. Cut it all the way to the right. That car should be close to the curb. If you're on your mama dad grass, they not going to like you. If you're more than a foot away, you're not going to pass. You've got to... I'm just going to practice before I take the test. It might be lucky. Might not. You got to know how to parallel park. Question. Will we go in a roundabout on the test? It depends on the location you go to. Roundabouts are part of our driving community now. You need to know how to yield and check traffic. You need to turn on your right turn blinker if you're going to the right. If you're not, you look, you check, you go straight through. A lot of people don't know how to drive in roundabouts, and you're acting all nervous, and your teacher thinks you're going to crash, you're going to fail, bro. You have to demonstrate confidence. They're not going to, let's pretend this is my clipboard. Um, Peyton, I need you to make a right turn at the light. Peyton, if you don't stop at a right turn on red and look, Peyton, the test has been terminated. I'd like you to go back to the office. You failed, girl, because you didn't stop and look. You pulled out in front of a car. That is a dangerous maneuver. Your mom, dad shaking her head. That's your daughter, honey. No, that's your daughter. Because you got sloppy. What will be on the road test? Right-hand turns, left-hand turns, merging on the expressway, parallel parking, stall parking, pulling up to a stop line, reversing in a reverse park like you're backing into your driveway, going over railroad tracks and looking left, right, left. The examiner will ask you several questions. It varies from state to state. If you have to hit something, which should you hit? It's always something soft. I'll say it again. You should be writing this down, bro. I'm trying to get you to pass your test. If you have to hit something, you want to hit something soft. Because if you hit something hard, you'll die. They're going to have you turn on the radio or turn on the heat to see if you're going to drift out of your lane. What are they looking for on the test? To see if you have control of the car. To see if you're going to put us, the road tester, and yourself into it. Are you going to run yellow lights? Well, my mom always ran lights. They not testing your mama. They testing you. Well, my dad said speed up. You just sped up and the light turned red before you entered. Peyton, the test is terminated. Can you head back to the office? Bro, what are you doing? You're running lights. It's a dangerous maneuver. How long does the test last? About 45 minutes. You need to have your car cleaned up. I'm gonna make you laugh. You don't want to have any Taco Bell. Well, I got my burrito in here. You don't want to have any wrappers in your car. You want to clean your car. Get all your smelly tennis rackets and, joking. Get all your smelly gym stuff out. Clean the car up. Clean the windows. Vacuum it out. Wash it. Make it smell good. You want about a half a tank of gas. If your windshield is cracked, won't work. Your headlights need to work. Your taillights need to work. You need to show proof of insurance. You need to have all your documentation because you're wasting your mom and dad's time. Honey, you know we took off work. Mom, can you talk to my stepdad? He's being mean. Well, honey, you're not prepared. When he married me, I said you were confused. You left your paperwork at home. Your mom and dad took off. How many hours should I practice parking? You want to practice parking until you can consistently park. If it's an angle park, like at the mall that you guys don't go to anymore, go to the mall. Practice angle parking. Pull in. Make sure your car's even on the right, even on the left. Go in your neighborhood. You should be able to parallel park at every other house. Your neighbor's going to look at you. John, it's that guy again with that loud car. Why are you parking in front of my house? It's a public street. You got to practice parallel parking consistently. I would parallel park at every other spot in your neighborhood. Less pressure. And also do it after school because you're going to have people speeding through your neighborhood. So you're going to be able to parallel park within 30 seconds. Line up. Go back at a 45 angle. Cut it all the way to the right. Turn back halfway. Get that car in secure. Secure. How many points can I get the road test and still pass? In our state, it's under 24. You might get on the line when you go up to a stop line. That could be -1. You didn't look over your blind spot. That could be -2. You run a light, possible failure. What if the light just turned yellow and I entered? You're okay. But the road tester, they looking at you now. You're on their list. Or they might even ignore it. But if you can stop safely in 3 seconds, if you hit a cone, you're going to get a minus. If you're on the line, you're going to get a minus. In our state, you can get up to 5 points, and under 5 points. You can go over a line, -1, hit a cone, -2. You have to be able to parallel park, and that's the big thing that a lot of parents, and you don't, Dad, you're never home. Mom, you're never home. They work. They put a roof over your head. You're there playing tennis, you got your nice shoes and all the rackets all the time. Mom, Dad, they're working, they're tired. Catch them on a Saturday or Sunday. Empty parking lots are good. Your school parking lot. Go up and down the aisles. We drive on the right. Have good lane positioning. Mistakes vary. Speeding, you get one warning. Not checking over your shoulder. I think it's a combination of mistakes. You run a light. You stop. You make a right turn, but you don't look to your left. You cut off a car. That could be potential failure. Someone, they just honked their horn. Possible failure. You are allowed to go under the limit, but if you go too slow, you'll get deducted. If the speed limit is 55, I drive about 53, 54. But what if you're going 70? Bro, the speed limit is 55. But everyone else is going 70. The speed limit is 55. You have to drive to pass the road test. In our state, 24. So 24 could be not checking blind spots. You blow a yield sign. You do a rolling stop. That could be grounds for failure. You need to be practicing consistent driving. Go 1 or 2 under. I'm just looking at your comments. So let's review. Practice consistently. Had that communication with parents. I'm sorry. You're all young. You're supposed to hate your parents because they tell you what to do. And you don't like someone telling you what to do. But around 25, Mom, Dad, I love you. I don't know. Honey, we understand. Yeah. So your parents are trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Work on the parking. Stop on the right, turn on red, always look, try not to run lights, try to stay at the speed limit. Don't do dangerous maneuvers. A dangerous maneuver would be making a left turn right in front of a car and turning in the wrong lane. So you made an error, turning in front of a car could be -3, -4, and you went in the wrong lane, that could be -4, -5, so you're already at 10 points. And your road tester will go over with you what they're looking for. Good road testers do that. They have a list of things that they're looking for. Most of them will be very friendly, very nice. I will go early in the morning. We see a lot of students practicing. Going on a curve, they're going to take you on a curvy road. Go in slow because they won't have a brake like I will. And they're going to tell you make a turn. And you're just going to, if you're sketchy at making left turns, if you're scared to I had a young lady, she was making a left turn, she froze. We stood there for 3 minutes. It was painful. They're not going to tell you it's safe to go. So if you can't execute on your own safely, then you're not ready to take your road test. If Mom or Dad has to say, okay, Haley, it's safe to turn now. It is, Mama. Easton, it's safe to turn now. Okay. You've got to make decisions for yourself because they're not your parents. They deal with the public. The public can be very nasty. I failed. What you mean I failed? I'm going to have to call security. I'm going to tear this place up. You fell 4 times. Put on your seatbelt.